right, good Wednesday morning. This is Robin from Phoenix Farms, and it's cold out. All of a sudden this little storm front kind of came through, so I've got my sweatshirt on and everything, and I'm gonna attempt, you can see those storm clouds behind me, I'm gonna attempt to get some beds uncovered and some things in place before this little rainstorm comes through, so the plants and whatnot down there can take advantage of that. So got my rain jacket just in case, because I'll probably get sprinkled on in the process, but I'm gonna rush down there and get that taken care of. I need to get some carrots sown in, and then our already sown in beds have some tarp over them. That's what I need to uncover so they can get access to this rainwater. After that, I think we're going to be doing maybe some transplanting and just some general cleanup down there. I do have a few things that need to be harvested today for customer pickup tomorrow, so I'll show you that process as well. And yeah, Wednesdays are kind of my catch-up day, so tomorrow's harvest day, so anything that needs to be done before that, this is my day to get it done. So bring you along for the ride and kind of narrate what I'm doing as I work. So this is our seeding tool. It's called a jang. It's just a single row seeder. I'm going to film a little bit. I'm just walking up and down these new beds and letting the seeder do its job. So here we go. Got all three of those beds done before the rain came through, which is awesome. So now the rain is watering it in for me. I don't have to worry about setting up drip tape or sprinklers or anything of that kind of thing right away. So, and rainwater is always better. I think while this rainstorm passes, I'm just gonna hang out in this tunnel. This bed right here in front of me really needs some cultivation, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. And I'm going to be using this guy right here. This is a tool we got from Neversink Farm. Not sure what's going on with this, but it needs to, yeah, just go back in there. Okay, so it's a tool from Neversink Farm, and it's got, these heads are interchangeable. We've got different widths, different sizes. This one's got a little bend on the end, and I can just take it through and use it to scrape out any of the weed seeds that have germinated in a bed. So I'll show you what that looks like. It's also awesome because I don't have to bend down to do it. I can just literally walk along the edge of a bed and scrape as I'm walking. So let me show you that. Raining, which I'm not complaining, but it's not raining hard enough where I can't still be out here getting stuff done. So I've got my raincoat on. I have a partial bed here that we just didn't have enough time to get everything in yesterday, so I'm going to finish that. It is getting sown with thyme. Behind me is rosemary, and then this one is going to be thyme, and then the last herb that I have to sow in is oregano. So let me get that started. They're enjoying the rain too. Hey guys. Hey girls. Hey girls. They're both going, why are you calling me? You don't have any treats. There's no bucket. Okay, rain break under the carport. Hey dude. This is our Jane single row cedar. It is what we use to direct sow all of our crops in the field, unless we're transplanting in, or unless we're planting, into fabric. So carrots, beets, turnips, radishes, baby leaf lettuce, all that kind of stuff is sown with this guy. And I'm going to show you all the different parts of it. Hi, kitty, kitty. How it works and how we utilize it. All right, this guy just wants me to give him some attention. Okay, the other part of this guy, this is called the seed hopper. This is where you would put your seeds that you're planning to sow that day. Dump these out. You just pour them in here. This opens right like so. I'll lose that, and then it's got a cotter pin that holds this guy in place. This part opens, and then this part comes out. This is called the seed roller, and you can adjust to different size rollers depending on what it is that you are sowing that day. So we just have a real basic seed roller pack, and you can see they've got different sizes on here. This is the one that I just used for my carrots. It is the XY24. You can see it's just got really, really, really tiny holes for seeds. This is what you'd use for things like carrots, turnips, salad mix, baby leaf salad mix, baby kale, that kind of stuff. And then you've got these guys. This is what we would use for like small radishes. This is the X24. This big one would be for like peas or green beans. And then these two you could use just kind of as needed. This one's more suited for like Swiss chard or beets. And then this one is the F24. This is what we use for spinach. And the numbers on those seed rollers are important. I'll explain that here in a minute. But basically you get, I'll put this guy back on here because I'll need him. You slide him in, put your little sprocket back on there, cotter pin back on. Now, before I close this up, you see this thing right here? This is called the sweep, and it's adjustable as well. Loosen it. Oh, it's loosened already. It slides up and down, and the whole purpose of this guy is, you see how you can get it so it's all the way down? It allows only the seeds that fit down into these little holes to pass through, so you don't overseed. And I have done that before, put this in and left it up because I didn't check it, and I sowed what I thought was an entire bed of baby kale. And what happened was all of the seed came out in one pass, and I had to scrap the whole bed. So that was super disappointing. Always make sure and check your sweep. So you get that down where you want it, tighten it up, close this guy back up, and then you put your seeds in. From here, once your seeds are loaded, this guy just slides in. It's hard to do this one-handed, like so, and it connects. The little gear goes into that little bike chain there, and that connects the seeder. So, and then from here, you've got this guy. This is another way to adjust what and how you're planting. The numbers on the seed rollers correspond to seed spacing on here. Inside this guy, there are 2 gears that you can adjust. This is what controls your seed spacing. So depending on what you're planting and depending on what roller you're using, these guys, you're going to want to adjust how much space between each seed planting. So remember how I showed you we had a XY24 roller? This is the F24. The number on your roller lets you know how many seed holes there are on your roller. So this one's got 24. This is the N6. It only has 6 spots for seeds. So if I've got a 24 hole roller and I want to plant my seeds super, super tight together, I can make adjustments so they're as close together as ½ an inch, 1 inch, 1.3 inches. You get the picture. The way this works, these little guys turn off, and it's got just a real basic bike gear system. Good grief, I need to clean this. But these rollers come off, both the front and the back. See, I don't want to take it off because I've got it set for what I need later today. But you can adjust that. The extra sprockets just stay right here, so they're always with the jang. So that's pretty cool. And basically, Once you get all that loaded and all that adjusted, you just push this across your bed space as straight as possible, depending on how many rows per bed you want to have planted, and that's it. In the long tunnel, I'm gonna harvest some salad mix. Harvesting salad mix is really pretty easy. You take your harvest knife and you basically just grab the whole head and cut, not all the way to the base. We'll get probably 2 cuttings off this bed, but I'll show you what that looks like. I'm not gonna harvest the full bed, just because it is for just one particular person today, but give you an idea of what that looks like, and then we'll do the whole bed in a couple days when we do our big delivery for the city. So I typically just straddle the bed, and then I grab the whole guy right about here, cut. See how I'm leaving some there? That'll spark new growth. I don't need the grass blades in there, but that goes in my harvest tote. That goes. Occasionally you'll get a little weed that gets stuck in there. Just pull that out. This guy. And the way we do our salad mixes, it's a blend of different leaf color and texture, so it's always really pretty. Feels good when you eat it. So yeah. As a community partner for a grant they received, and it's our farm and then another local ranch, actually my friend Dawn and her dad, it was their ranch that did this with us and with the Wynnewood School District. And basically they wanted to encourage kids in ag and give them opportunities to experience what it might be like to be a local farmer or rancher, things like that. So I've done horticultural lessons with the kids all year long. Today's actually my last day. They are finishing up their school year, so this is the last day for their aftercare program. It's been a lot of fun. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing it. My background before I was a farmer was actually in education. I'm still a certified early childhood teacher, so I love working with kids and I love farming, so it kind of combines my 2 passions to get to do this. The middle school is actually going to continue their program, and they are going to do some things with our farm through their summer school session. Kids are actually going to be able to come out to the farm and get some real hands-on experience and actually put their hands in the dirt. So that's going to be cool. I've got a whole list of ideas of things that they could work on with me, and lessons I could do, tools I could show them, all that. So I'll keep you posted. Okay, I am on my way home from the middle school. I stayed a few minutes after to go over plans for their summer program. I think it's going to be really cool. The kids are going to come out to my farm at least twice, and I'm going to come to them at least twice, and we may try and do a couple other fun things in there if time allows. And really, I want the kids that are able to come out this summer and be part of that program to get some really good hands-on stuff. Kids today, I feel like, spend a lot of time in front of screens, whether it's an Xbox or a computer or a phone or a tablet or whatever, and I feel like hands-on physical work is becoming kind of a lost art, which is really sad. But I think we're going to be able to do some really cool things with them when they come out, cultivating, harvesting, planting, all that kind